NBA champion Mitchell Robinson thanks his St. Bernard community for celebrating his success in Louisiana style.
He wrote a letter to the people of the parish saying, "No matter where basketball has taken me, St. Bernard always welcomed me home, and that's something I'll carry always with me." The parish came together last week to cheer on Robinson after his NBA championship win with the New York Knicks. He rode down the streets of Chalmette in a parade. Robinson scored his first basketball win on the court with his Chalmette High School teammates.